Hi guys, and welcome back to another episode of Let's Build a Hobbit Village Still Pond. So quite a bit's changed, and yeah, there's other bits that I haven't done actually on the time-lapse, but I have done kind of off-camera, because yeah, well, there wasn't too much point doing it. Stuff like, for example, changing up the materials here. I've just done a rough mix for this, which is to kind of make it a little bit more muddy. Not like overly muddy, but just a little bit is kind of mixed in. I just need to go around and smooth the edges over, especially when I cut to, like, bits like here. So I'll just be going around and just doing that like off camera basically, because you don't really need to see it. So that will obviously go all the way around and stuff. The next thing that I've done, of course, is I've just made the bridge a little bit muddier. Before it was like pretty clean, so then it goes from muddy and then it goes down into more mud here, and then it kind of like transitions quite nicely. So I've actually done the transition kind of on the bridge using the dirt snow layers and stuff like that. Now, there are quite a few extra trees, as you can see around. Only a few of them are mine. This one here, for example, was made by Reality, and I've taken it from his like schematics databasey thing that he's got on the server. And the rest are actually, well, that one's mine, that one's mine, that one's mine, and then that one's mine. The rest of them after that are Cerulean Capuchin's. Actually, that's mine as well. Yeah, so Cerulean Capuchin has got a couple of those trees I've actually nabbed from his, including his older ones, which are just really big. A little bit boxy, but they kind of work. So what's that actually done? Well, it's made this lane, because I was looking at it, and you know, fields don't have a lot of trees in them, but Still Pond's always been this kind of like really foresty kind of thing, and I thought, you know, why not shove a couple in the hedges? So we've got a couple that aren't really, you know, not taking over the fields or anything like that. But they're just adding like extra atmosphere in, and you know, the leaves falling with better foliage mod, for example. It's awesome. And just walking down here is just a little bit better, I think, especially with the new mix of materials and stuff like that. Yeah, so that goes all the way obviously around here. Let's walk you through. We've got the really good cottage. I love this cottage. I absolutely love it. It's big. It's a lot bigger than I think Hobbit would be. It's a completely different style to that one, but it's like much improved, I think. So you kind of only saw a little bit of it. There's a whole full interior as well that I've done off camera, because you don't need to see all the interior, but I can talk you through some of the stuff I've done. Very nature heavy, of course, as usual. I think I'll go through the rest of the fields first and explain those. That will explain the house actually. So of course the first thing I did was a cabbage field. This is using the Conquest cabbage head, which you can get via a command block. Or if you're on my server, if you're on DakrCraft, you could just do /conq cabbage. It's as simple as that, and that will give you a nice little cabbage head. Really simple. You know, we got custom commands for that type of stuff. But you can use, if you go onto Plant Minecraft page, you can use the command block to get those custom heads for Conquest. Pretty simple. This was a difficult one because, of course, cabbages have quite a lot of leaves and stuff coming off them, so I had to split it up, and I put down a ton of heads, and then I put just grass around, and I think that kind of worked, put in a couple of rocks, made it a bit, you know, watery, and so obviously I've got an irrigation system. I'll explain that in a bit. That's like my own idea for that. But yeah, pretty simple. Little board that just lets you walk across. This was so annoying. Just some bit that I didn't get to actually show you guys. You cannot use the dirt snow layer with the Extreme Hills trapdoors, because every single biome for that one is freaking something else. It's not a dirt thing, so I had to kind of make it look kind of a bit. It kind of looks all right, I think. I don't know, but yeah, just did that. That was pretty simple. Put a couple little. These are like compost bags or something. I can't remember what it was. It's just another player head that they've got. They're really dark. I don't really know if I'll use them or not. If I'll just use sacks or something. So yeah, just lots of cabbages. Nothing really too special about it, except for using the dirt snow. Oh, this is a Conquest specific thing. Just using the dirt snow to make the river a little bit lower and a bit more worn and stuff. But yeah, just mix in just tons of materials, guys. Like, make it a little bit rocky and patchy. I think you'll be able to do that on like console and stuff, and just, yeah, player heads. If you don't have player heads, I think you'd probably do pots. I don't know. You can come up with something. Yeah, just use like grassy bits and stuff. Sorry, having to drink. So yeah, that's that. Also, obviously, the cobblestone wall around it. Got a little cart here with some hay on it. Small little bridge. This was not on the video, but again, I couldn't use the trapdoors or the brown carpet wall stuff. What's it called? The brown carpet. You know, like the wooden version of that. Couldn't use it, so I had to go with a big one. That was kind of annoying, but yeah, I'd still prefer this grass snow. So yeah, we've got that. Simple little bridge. It's like more of a built bridge. And then this also happened, the hedgerows. It had to happen. I was looking at it and it just looked too blank, so put in some hedgerows. But I put in some basic ones where the watery bit, it doesn't go around all of that part. Because if you're working this field, for example, you come down, you'll be able to go and grab some water, and you'll be able to get to water like some crops somewhere. I don't know, something like that. But yeah, the general feel with this was to split them up, and I did 3 different templates. I did one like this, which has just got really, really low growing. This you need to plug in to make sure it doesn't grow. And then just using grass on top of that worked pretty well. This one's been picked all up, so it's all been collected up recently. The idea as well, this is another thing you can see. Actually, I'll talk about the water thing in a minute. Because, yeah, we'll talk about the water thing in a minute. So this one's been picked recently. This one's been picked recently. It started to get a couple weeds growing. That was the idea. But it's been picked and all the hay is not clumped up together anymore. It's like this one's getting ready to be collected and taken away, like on that little cart thing, to go to a windmill, which is going to be next episode probably. Hobbit windmill. So yeah, just like really simple little lanes rather than big ones on this, just using single layer of bushes, and then yeah, different types. Always mixing in a little bit of like this, you know, the soul sand stuff. And yeah, there you go. This is one that's been growing. This I totally nabbed from the build team, just using the tall grass and changing the biome so it's like a lighter colour. Because they use it on that. Because wheat is actually obviously a lot higher. It's like should be that height. It's just that Mojang doesn't have it like that. So yeah. Yeah, those are the fields basically. You know, it's just variation and just crop rotation type stuff to make it look a little bit more interesting. I guess one of the things I could do is have more tools around. I've got a couple around, you know, like around here where they've collected it up and they've just left it there. There's another one there, for example. But I haven't really got any others around or water buckets. I could do that. Actually, I should really do that. I should put some in at some point. Let's just remind myself. So, for example, if somebody was going to... This is the idea that I've got in my head. That somebody's, you know, grabbed some water from the rivery part here, or the channel, and then is watering the crops. That's the idea with that, anyway. I think I could have done a little bit more of that. So, yeah, that kind of split up into one... Well, it's kind of like 3 fields, I guess, because you got one there, which is split up into 2, because you got the river going across it. Well, actually, got 3 fields there. That field, that field, that field. Then over here... Got 3 fields, 1, 2, 3, and then you got 1, 2, 3. Those are split into a 2, and that's split into a 4. I don't know. It kind of works. Yeah. So, whatever. Yeah, the watery bit, and, well, actually, we'll go into the next bit. So, yeah, water, obviously, it's dropping like normal. This is a turnip patch. This is the closest I could get to a turnip patch. Cerulean Capuchin actually made a custom head for the server, which is a turnip. Turnips, of course, when they're in the ground, actually have, like, leaves on the top of them. So what I had to do is I used the new beans that we've got. These like beans that Monster put in. You could use like what are they called, ferns or something like that. And I've just tried to use it so that, like, for example, that one there looks kind of like it's in the ground. They don't always work. Actually, I could have done with that one there. They don't always work, but yeah, I'm actually gonna move them. Okay. So it's a rough idea of it anyway. That's the thinking. Just mixing in some like dry dirt and stuff like there. Yeah, it was just a different idea, and that actually links up. It's like a little secret path in a way. Actually, down to the cabbage patch, there's a little path here, so you can get into here pretty easily and get your turnips. It was just because this space was just so small. I was like, yeah, vegetables or something. You could do like, you know, potatoes and carrots and stuff. Anyway, the water system. Okay, this is really complicated and really simple at the same time. I was trying to think of an irrigation system, because I was like, well, hobbits would want to get the most out of their wheat or whatever, or out of the farming. I was thinking, well, yeah, got a river there, but let's see if we can irrigate it. So I've got this like channel that then splits and has a little river there. Well, not a river, but a little thing down there as well, and you can block it off and stuff like that. Actually, I didn't build it to block it off on the other side. Give me a second. See, there's always something that you miss, isn't there? There we go. So I'm going to do something like that and pretend that that somehow works. I'll float a trapdoor or something. Let's float one there. Let's do not that. That's not what I want. There's always something, isn't there, guys? Right. Let's just grab a block. Meh. And do something like that. And then flip it down. Yeah, I want it to flap down, don't I? I could have just done that in the first place. Right, there you go. That now kind of makes sense, right? So that would actually flap downwards into the water and stop it, right? Yeah. Yeah, so I was trying to think of an actual system that would work, that would then irrigate the fields, and I wanted to make it a bit more hobbity and a bit more fun. Got the rock weight on here. No matter what, that's always going to be pulling down on it. So then I was thinking, well, okay, so that's always going to be pulling down. Even if it's got a full bucket of water, that's the idea. That this will always be down. And then I was thinking, okay, well, what would hobbits do to get water out? And I can't imagine them like doing a crank or anything like that. I was thinking they'd probably jump onto these ropes. And I thought that'd be fun. So I've attached 2 ropes. Hobbits jump on it. It drops the bucket into the water. Okay? So then they get down. Then what they do is they can actually walk across here, and then they will basically just like swing around. So they might jump onto here and then swing it that way. And then the bucket will go around. So it just about cuts into the tree. I've had to cut this tree back. I'm still not happy with it, really. Let's just cut that back even more. Yeah, I was thinking about this the other day. So that will then swing the bucket around. And then this rock will actually be high enough anyway to tip it. So, yeah, they can just tip it out of that. It's quite cool. Quite easy. That's the idea. So, yeah, jumping on. Because I was like, yeah, hobbits would just jump on something. They want to have fun. Jump onto here, drop it into the water. Then what they'd do is they'd be able to like walk around. Because they'd be like, you know, hanging off it or whatever. Just walk it around a little bit. Or get another hobbit to then grab this side and twist it around or whatever. Twist it around the whole way. And then they'd be able to drop probably into the water. Which would then, you know, well, not on this side, but if they went around that side, they wouldn't drop it, would they? No, because it'd be up high. Yeah, so it was kind of like an idea. But anyway, yeah, that goes down here. They've got a little ladder up here, so they can get to this whole system, and they can, you know, let through the floodgates there. The newly one that we've just done over here as well. They'll be able to get to it at least, because they'll be able to like hop across or walk across and stop that gate, so stop the water going that way. And they'll be able to let the water through. So this is a dry one. So because these aren't growing crops. They've, you know, taken the crops here. They haven't replanted yet. They're letting the soil heal a bit or get more nutrients and all that kind of stuff. So it's a little bit drier. And that goes down there and then meets up to that point. But the other one has got more stuff that's growing at the minute. That one, I know what you're thinking, but they'll get water from down there or whatever. So then the water's just flowing here. Obviously there's a lot of water coming out of this. And an unrealistic amount for one bucket. So I know that, but it's because Minecraft, and this makes it look more detailed and stuff, and you can then see the flow of water. That's the idea. So yeah, flow through the cabbages, and then it'll flow down underneath here. You get a lot of the wheat and stuff on this side, and then you get to the water over here. So the wheat on this side goes down this little bit, and then drops into the actual river. Ignore all of this weed for the time being. I'm sorting out. I think I'm just going to keep on going. Also, the river drops here. It's quite nice, actually. So we are going downhill as we do it. Yeah, I think it's really cool. I think it's a different method. I've also just continued the nature on, obviously, because of the amount of weed stuff here. And the actual riverbed is terrible. But all the rest of it looks really kind of cool. It's all nice and detailed. It's just filling it with detail. That's my style of Hobbit, I guess, or riverbeds and stuff. So there you go, you get that. And there's another one of Nick Goss's trees. These are his chunkier, older ones. I don't know, I kind of like and I kind of don't like. But yeah, I just thought that this little area in here would be nice just to have, you know, look at this. It's a properly like untamed nature type of thing. So, well, I think it is anyway. I need to put some birds around. Actually, I really do need to put some birds around. So there's always something. But yeah, that's what I was thinking. Quite cool, I think. Right, let me have a quick drink. That's better. So, the house itself is actually a barn. There we go. That's one of the reasons it's quite big. It's a house. It's a barn and stuff. It's also got a little storage on the side for wood. It's a multi-use house. It's brilliant. Yeah. So let's go inside. I mean, style-wise, it's completely different. This was based off a Hobbit house that I saw online, an actual house for a Hobbit type thing. That was kind of like weird styled. Yeah, quite cool. Little bench. You know, big tree. I think this is another. This is definitely a Nick Goss one, or Cerulean Capuchin one. Fire as well, which I just saw glitch out through there. Fireplace is quite cool. It's a bit crazy. Yeah, let's go inside. So, shouldn't need a candle. There we go. Here's the little hallway, quite cramped, but this is where you'd, you know, have all your stuff. Got that. You got your hooks there. You got your thing. This is the warehouse part of it at the back. It's a little like type of barn thing. I think this is really cool. It's just got a couple crates in it, bit of food and stuff, and then you got a little crane here because this is the grain store. So you got a little grain store in here. You might be thinking, how do they make grain just from? Yeah, how do they make flour? Sorry, how do you make flour from grain? And that's where the next episode will be coming in. So there you go. You got the simple thing there. That's just upstairs, and they got a little pulley winch thing here that they can get stuff up into there. So that kind of makes sense. And the reason they do this, guys, is to stop rats. That's why it was up high, to stop rats from getting into all of the flour and stuff, or yeah, grain and flour and stuff like that. So yeah, we got the little warehouse in there. Yeah, so that's nice and separate. And the reason that this is quite good, or I think it's quite good, because you could come in from the fields, you could walk into the back of your house, and then you can put up your coat and stuff. It kind of makes sense. And they've walked in a little bit of flour there. Their living room is really nice. I love this. Nice fireplace. I don't think this was in the actual time-lapse. I just added it in later on. Little bookcases and stuff. Little bookcase there. Got Conquest books there. Shelves. They've actually got an urn up here. This is an urn with ashes in it. So somebody's died, obviously. Nice little couchy type thing. Little window seat here. So with you know, what's it called? I think it's really cool. Little thing in there. Nice little tree. It's just cozy. I really like this room. I really like this style. Next room over here. So over here is the kitchen. So you come in, you're actually in the kitchen. Here's the kitchen here, so you'll be able to cook. Big fireplace. That's the big one. That's supposed to be ale or something. And then the little storehouse is in here. This little extension that we had. It's got a little storeroom. I really like that. It just fits behind the beams. These beams are actually from the roof. They actually go all the way up to the windows above. So I actually brought those down as real beams, and I used them in the build to make it more interesting, and it created this little gap there. So they got some like ale or something that you can get at the table. This was the idea. You got some people saying, "Oh, give me a one." Yeah, there we go. Yay. So whatever it's like. So we got that there, which I think is really cool. Nice little kitchen, little table, you know, little thing there. Weird little staircase. It's like a wraparound type of one, but that goes up to here. You got up here is the grain store part of it. So there you go. That's how you'd get up into this section. So you can do it without really going. You know, this is like a public space, and you can get up there pretty quick. You got a little hallway here, tiny. We got this bedroom in here. Let's go to this one. This is the one with the big window. Nice little table. They got some yarn here as well. That's one of the player heads we got on the server now. It's awesome. Extended bed. So they've got a long bed. This is obviously like the main farmer or somebody. And, you know, little cupboard type thing. Little desky type thing. You know, roof beams, obviously. Very important. And that's that one. We got another smaller bedroom in here. Another little table. Another bed. And, you know, they've got their own little tiny little window. And they got a window up there as well. Which is quite cool to have different heights of windows. Oh, look, there's actually a gap of air in there. It's weird. Or just no texture. So yeah, and then this thing. I really like this, actually, how it wraps around it. Just using the space. So, really, really cool little house. I really like it, anyway. And the reason it's so big, at least from the outside, I mean, or from the inside as well, is because this isn't just their farmhouse. If this was just... This is a farmhouse for these lands, they would have just, like, had no money. Really. So what I'm going to do, and you probably noticed I've already built a hill, or just made a hill. This is where there's going to be the windmill. Windmill will belong to these guys, so they harvest the grain and stuff. Come over here, there'll be a windmill, then they can bring it back to their store, their small store, and then it will go and get sold on the road to go to a bakery or something. So I'll have a little bakery, Hobbit hole or Hobbit house or something around there, and then they're just going to have a couple more fields on this, which is going to belong to the same farmer. It's probably going to just be around, you know, this part, and I might do another thing. I don't really know. I don't really know if I need to do another river or not. It doesn't really make sense because of the height, actually. I could do a river coming down from here, though, which could meet up into there or something. I don't know. We'll see. I'll have a look at where we've got natural points, like natural, yeah, natural stuff. Yeah, I don't think we really do, except for up here, because this is where it gets more mountainy, as you can see. I mean, it's quite a big map, so I don't know. I'll try and find somewhere, I guess, where I might be able to bring another river down, which might be quite interesting. There's kind of a lot of hills there, and stuff like that. So we'll have a windmill probably next episode. It's either that, actually, I'll let you guys decide. Do you guys want windmill or brewery, because we've got to do a brewery for the cider. So cider and ale as well, they're all going to be made in a brewery. It's going to go roughly here. I've also got to do hops and stuff like that around, and barley, and they're pretty much just going to look like wheat. But you know, there'll be stuff around here. I think that'll be quite interesting. I mean, I could do like a little, you know, bring your own water up, like a water wheel or something. Well, not really a water wheel, but a man-powered water wheel, or a windmill that does water, I guess. Or something like that to bring water up this way, down this way even. You could meet into there and go off and stuff. Yeah, actually it could work. I don't know, I'm just thinking out loud now. Or even from around here. No, I don't know. Tell me what you think anyway. Tell me what you want next, and tell me what you think I should improve. If there's anything you want me to improve, tell me if you like the episode. Obviously we have achieved a lot more than we usually do, which is great. But I think it's looking pretty cool. It's my first farm actually, which is surprising. I know people are going to be like, what? But it is my first farm, so please do leave feedback, even if it's negative. I want to hear it. So yeah, thank you very much for watching, guys. Tell me what you want next. If you want windmill and fields, or brewery, because I'll probably do the brewery as one entire episode, I think, because it's going to have like ale and cider and stuff. Anyway, thank you very much for watching, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed it. If you did, comment, like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one.